It was supposed to be just another awkward blind date, one that Mark almost cancelled a dozen times. He was a single dad, exhausted from juggling work, bills, and bedtime stories. The last thing he wanted was to sit in some fancy restaurant pretending to smile. But when he saw her walk in cold, elegant, clearly not the dating type, he never imagined that a simple act of kindness would change both their lives forever. That night, one man's broken heart and one woman's lonely silence would collide in a way neither of them expected, and what started as a blind date became something much deeper, a reminder that sometimes, the smallest kindness can heal the biggest wounds. Hey everyone, welcome to your channel name, where real stories of love, kindness, and second chances come alive. If you enjoy heart-touching stories that remind you of the good still left in this world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us spread more kindness, one story at a time. Mark hadn't been on a date in nearly 5 years. After his wife passed away suddenly, his world had crumbled. He was left raising their 6-year-old daughter, Lily, all on his own. Every day was a balancing act between work at the auto shop, packing school lunches, and trying not to cry when Lily asked, "Daddy, do you miss Mommy?" So when his friend convinced him to try a blind date, he laughed it off. "I don't have time for that," he said. But deep down, part of him missed being seen, being known. The date was set at a quiet little restaurant downtown. He almost didn't go. His hands were rough with oil from work, his shirt wasn't new, and his heart still felt too broken. But he showed up, mostly because his daughter had said, "Daddy, maybe she'll be nice to you." Across town, Emily was getting ready too, but not the way most people would. She wasn't picking out earrings or worrying about lipstick. She was sitting in her office, surrounded by files and deadlines, her phone buzzing with meetings she couldn't ignore. Emily was a CEO, a young one, but hardened by years of loneliness. Success had come early, but happiness never followed. Her father's voice still echoed in her head, "Love distracts you. Focus on the business." Still, her best friend had signed her up for this blind date, claiming she needed to be human again. Emily rolled her eyes. "Fine. One dinner. That's it." When she arrived, she spotted Mark instantly. He stood up politely, awkwardly brushing his hair back, clearly nervous. His hands were calloused, his clothes simple, but there was something honest about him. "Hi, I'm Mark," he said with a small smile. "Emily," she replied, her tone cool but polite. The waiter came by, and Mark let her order first. It was small, maybe meaningless to some, but to Emily, who was used to people rushing to impress her, it felt different. They started talking. At first, it was small talk, jobs, weather, the usual. But when Emily mentioned how she barely saw her family anymore, Mark said softly, "Yeah, family time's precious. My daughter reminds me of that every day." "You have a daughter?" Emily asked, surprised. "Yeah. Lily. She's 6. Smartest kid I know," he said, his face lighting up. Emily noticed how his whole expression changed when he talked about her. For a moment, she forgot about stock reports and meetings. She just listened. As the dinner went on, Mark felt something shift. Emily wasn't like anyone he'd met. She was guarded, sure, but he could sense a deep sadness behind her polished words. When the dessert arrived, Emily's phone buzzed again. She glanced at the screen, her assistant reminding her of a late meeting, and sighed. "You can take that if you need to," Mark said gently. She shook her head. "No, not tonight." It was quiet for a moment. Then, she looked at him and said, almost whispering, "Do you ever feel like you built everything people told you to build, but somehow, you still ended up alone?" Mark stared at her, then nodded. "Every day." Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them, an understanding that came from two broken worlds meeting halfway. When they left the restaurant, the air was cool, the streetlights glowing softly on the wet pavement. Emily's driver was late, so they stood outside together. "Thanks for dinner," she said, her voice softer now. "Thanks for showing up," he replied with a small laugh. "Didn't think you would." "Why's that?" "You seem like someone who doesn't have time for people like me." Emily frowned. "People like you?" You know, he shrugged, just an average guy with a kid and a 9 to 5. She looked at him for a long moment. Maybe that's exactly the kind of person I needed to meet. Then came a moment she didn't expect. She started to walk away, but something in her chest ached, a strange heaviness she hadn't felt in years. She turned back, and Mark was still standing there, unsure whether to wave or walk off. "Mark," she called quietly. "Don't leave yet." He turned. "Why not?" Her voice cracked just a little. "Because, you're the only one who came." Those words hung in the night air, soft but full of meaning. The weeks that followed changed everything. Emily and Mark began meeting more often, coffee after school drop-offs, walks in the park where Lily insisted on showing her new drawings. Slowly, Emily's walls began to fall. She started laughing again, really laughing, not the polite kind she gave in meetings. For Mark, it was healing too. Watching Emily kneel down to help Lily tie her shoes, or seeing her smile when Lily called her Miss Emily, felt like sunlight creeping back into the cracks of his heart. But not everyone understood. Emily's board questioned her focus. Mark's friends warned him not to get hurt. Yet, through it all, kindness kept them together. Simple, honest kindness, showing up, listening, caring. One evening, when Emily stopped by the auto shop after work, she found Mark cleaning up. His hands were stained with grease, but his smile was warm. "You ever get tired of fixing other people's cars?" she teased. He wiped his hands on a rag. "Nah. It's like life, you fix what's broken, one part at a time." She paused, looking around the small garage. "You make it sound easy." He met her eyes. "It's not. But it helps when someone believes you can." Something in her heart melted at those words. She stepped closer, took his hand, the same rough, calloused hand that once fumbled nervously over dinner, and held it tight. Months passed. Their bond deepened, not because of grand gestures, but because of small ones. Emily learned to slow down. She started visiting Lily's school events, baking cookies on weekends, laughing until her stomach hurt. Mark learned to trust again. He stopped apologizing for his past and began dreaming of a future. One night, they sat together on the porch, watching Lily chase fireflies. The sky was painted in soft purples and golds. Emily leaned her head on Mark's shoulder. "You know," she said softly, "I used to think kindness was weakness. That if you let people in, they'd take advantage of you." He smiled. "And now?" She turned toward him. "Now I think kindness is the only thing that makes us strong." He squeezed her hand gently. "Guess we're both still learning." They watched in silence as Lily cupped a tiny glowing firefly in her hands, giggling with joy. It was a small moment, but for them, it felt like peace. Sometimes, life doesn't give us perfect beginnings. Sometimes, it gives us broken hearts, lonely nights, and one chance encounter that changes everything. For Mark and Emily, kindness wasn't just about being nice, it was about showing up. About holding someone's hand when they least expected it. About staying when everyone else walked away. So if you're watching this, remember, you never know what someone's going through. A smile, a word, a small gesture of care, it might just be the light they've been searching for. Because in the end, kindness doesn't just change others, it changes us. Thank you for watching this story on your channel name. If it touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness still matters. Tell us in the comments, what's one small act of kindness that changed your life? Together, let's keep spreading love, one story at a time. Red Heart.